Welcome into another episode of Weekly Spirit Boost. I'm Tammy Mastroberti, best-selling author of the books The Universe is Talking to You and The Higher Help Method. And I teach people simple spiritual tools to tap into what I call the higher helpline of the universe, to learn how to communicate with the universe, your loved ones on the other side, guides, higher helpers, to create a life you love waking up to every day, to solve your problems, to find solutions, and of course, to manifest. So, first of all, it is September 11th. So, sending out thoughts and prayers to all of those who were affected by the September 11th World Trade Center tragedy. I know there's a lot of media coverage happening on it today, so we have to honor that because I happen to be live on that day. So of course, sending again thoughts, prayers, love to all of the loved ones who were affected by that tragedy. I am here today because I want to talk a little bit about your intuition. If you joined me on the free class last night, I went over some crystals that can help you open up your intuition, enhance your intuition. And we did a whole guided meditation to help you open up and actually sort of an energy clearing process that we did with the archangels to open up your chakras around intuition. If you missed that, you can still sign up. The link is in my bio in Instagram, and it's also below here on YouTube and Facebook. You can sign up for free class, and you can get access to the replay, which is going to be going out later today. But I wanted to come on here and just talk a little bit about it. You know, my work really started with signs and synchronicities from loved ones on the other side, from the universe itself, from your guides and all of that. And my first book, The Universe is Talking to You, is really dedicated to helping you learn how to open up to the signs and synchronicities that are happening all around us. The universe and our loved ones really are talking to us all the time. And so part of that is opening up to those signs, allowing them into the conscious mind. So I teach people how the signs show up, what to look for. And once you sort of learn the language of the universe and your loved ones, it's easier to notice them. And part of that is your intuition. So there are, and when I say intuition, it doesn't necessarily I don't necessarily mean that it has to be like you're psychic or you're a medium. You don't have to be any of that to open up your intuitive senses and notice signs and synchronicities around you, okay? But there are particular crystals, and I am a huge crystal lover. I know I always say this is my favorite spiritual tool, but I have so many favorite spiritual tools, and crystals are definitely one of them. I loved crystals before I knew they actually had energy and properties to them. I just thought they were sparkly and pretty. But they're amazing. And there are crystals that can assist us in opening our intuition. So I'm going to go through what some of them are and then how you can use them. Now, in my book, The Higher Help Method, I have a whole chapter. The last chapter of the book actually is all on spiritual connection. So the first part of the book shares with you how to use the higher help method to create positive change, to solve problems, etc., with a spiritual angle, of course, with higher help. And then the second half of the book is broken down by life area, and it gives you all the tools to use to improve that life area. So the higher helpers to call on, the crystals to use, right? So this is just a highlight of them, but there are so many more that are in the book. But again, I went through this last night in the class. If you still want the replay of the class, the free class, you can get that below on YouTube and Facebook and in the bio on Instagram. So be sure to like the live while you're here with me, whether you're live or on the replay. And I want to go through some of the crystals that I love personally that I know work really, really well when it comes to intuition. And then we'll talk about how to use them. So the first one is honestly my favorite, you can tell probably by my purple walls behind me and just the fact that I love purple, which, by the way, is not even my favorite color, but I do love me some purple, and that is amethyst. So amethyst is such a universal stone. It can be used for so many things, but it really shoots your vibration up, which is needed. Do I have amethyst here? I do. I have amethyst. Hold on. I was wearing amethyst last night, so I didn't have to show it. So amethyst comes in all shapes, sizes, forms. I just happen to have this one on my desk. So this is an amethyst carved rose, but this is amethyst basically. And so, and again, it comes in all different shades, all different sizes. You don't need a huge carved rose. You can use anything. But amethyst instantly will boost your vibration, and it truly opens up because it's boosting your vibration, right? It's opening up your psychic senses. So it's associated with the third eye and the crown chakra, right? So where information comes in, where clairvoyance comes in, where higher guidance can come in through the crown chakra. And so I love that. I love amethyst for psychic abilities. The next stone that I love is called angelite. Has the word angel in it, right? So it's very good with connecting with your angels, but also your guides, any type of higher guidance. It is a light blue color, so you can see it here. This is what they call a palm stone, which I always like, especially if I'm meditating with it or I'm holding it while I'm maybe doing intuitive work, connecting with my guides and angels. So I like palm stones like that. And that's what this one is. But angelite is a light blue color. So it's associated with still associated with the third eye chakra and the crown chakra, but it's also associated with the throat chakra. Remember, the throat chakra is a blue color. So a lot of blue stones go with the throat chakra. And the throat chakra is important when it comes to intuitive work because you want to bring the messages through and out. Even if it's through writing, that's still sort of communicating in your voice, right? So if you're channeling, if you're doing automatic writing, if you're doing an oracle card reading, you want the messages to come through and out the throat chakra. So I like how this works. And anybody that signed up for that free class, you actually got my opening the channel prayer that is in the Higher Help Method book that you can use for any type of intuitive work. And we call in all of these different angels to open up these chakras. And then I actually take you through a guided meditation to open up all the chakras as well. So that's angelite. Another one along the lines of connecting with spirit guides is something called blue-green kyanite. So it's kyanite that has both blue and green in it. I'm trying to get it close to the camera. Let's see, Instagram can see it. But you see how it has blue and green in it? And again, this is another what they call palm stone. So great to hold, right? When you're contacting your spirit guides, when you're asking for help, when you're saying the prayer, when you're meditating and trying to get answers. This is a very good stone for that. And it has the blue and the green. The green is for the heart chakra. Blue, again, is for the upper chakras and the throat chakra. And it's very, very good at connecting with spirit guides. It's also a very calming and stress reducing stone. So that's why I say it's great to meditate with also. But again, we'll talk about different ways that you can use it. And then another one that I love is apophyllite. When I talked about this last night, everybody wanted me to spell it. So I think it's APOPHILITE, apophyllite. The F sound is actually a PH. But apophyllite, this is one that I got years ago as a gift. Actually, I think it was a birthday gift. But see how it's kind of like that white druzy kind of color? That's apophyllite. And then it has like the clear pieces here. This is actually straight from my meditation room. Amazing to meditate with. Amazing to meditate with. And again, third eye crown chakra, right? So it really kind of like facilitates this connection between the physical world and the spirit world. And so, and it's very much like a third eye chakra stone. So even if you were to meditate, if you're laying down and calling in help, you could put it on your third eye if you wanted to, but this is another great one that is calming, that is meditative, and that can facilitate that connection with and open up your intuition. One of my favorites, I know I say it all the time, but this really is one of my favorites, is labradorite. Oh, I was attracted to labradorite before I had any idea that labradorite opens clairvoyance so that you can notice signs and synchronicities. And I thought, no wonder I was attracted to it, right? So this is labradorite. And if you can see, as I'm turning it, I'm just showing Instagram and then I'll bring it down. As I'm turning it, it kind of has that blue-green flash to it. It's just like, it's just so yummy. It's just so yummy. So this is labradorite. And again, this is like to me, this is like the stone that I look for with signs and synchronicities. Again, blue-green colors, right? And it just really does open up your clairvoyance or that third eye. The last one, and again, there are more. I'm narrowing them down for you, is something called Lemurian quartz, which I had never owned. I mean, all of the crystals that I have, I had never owned Lemurian quartz. Now, Lemurian quartz is a type of quartz, and it has what they call like barcodes. It almost looks like a barcode. It has these ridges in it, which I'm going to show you. This is amazing for clairvoyance, telepathy, opening your intuition. It can connect you with your higher self. It can connect you with your spirit guides, with ascended masters. And another one that's great for meditation and any type of channeling or automatic writing that you're doing. So I recently bought this when I was in St. Augustine, Florida. So I'm going to show you. See how as I'm turning it, and I'll show you in a minute Instagram, but you can see the lines going across. They call that like barcodes. I think you can see it as I'm kind of showing it. I don't know if Instagram can see it or not, but as I'm doing it, you can kind of see how it has these little barcoded lines. Look, they call them barcoded. It's obviously not a barcode, but how it has these little lines in it. So this is Lemurian quartz. And I saw this and I'd never owned it before, but I'm just, I go into different crystal shops and I zoom in and I'm attracted to certain things. That's oftentimes like people say to me, how do you pick crystals? Like, what are you zoomed in on? What do you go in and get attracted to? What do you go in and go, ooh, that's pretty? That's probably what you're needing, right? So I saw this is from Colombia, I believe, Lemurian quartz, and I grabbed it right away and I said to my husband, I have to get this. First of all, it's gorgeous. Second of all, I have no Lemurian quartz, so we have to get it. And I'm glad I did, because now I can show it to you. I had no idea I was going to do anything on this, but I'd never owned any. And this was the first piece that I wound up picking up in St. Augustine. And thank goodness we wrapped it up and I put it in my carry-on and was able to get everything home without a problem. And I actually did a little haul from one of the shops that I went to. If you go to my, I have it on my, do I have it on my TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram, or just Instagram? Maybe, I don't remember, or maybe I put it on Facebook too. But anyway, I do love crystal shops, and I'm going to start doing more hauls when I do go to them, because I think it's just fun to see what other people get. So those are the top stones. Now, how do we use them? You heard me talk a little bit about it here. You can hold them while you're meditating, while you're doing intuitive work. Put it in your lap. Sometimes when I'm doing intuitive work, selenite is a very clearing stone. I'll just put selenite in my lap in between clients that I'm doing to clear my energy, right? So I'm a big person of like sitting it in your lap, holding on to it, using it during your intuitive work, using it during a meditation, wearing it on your body as jewelry, right? So actually wearing it as a pendant, as a necklace, as mala beads, as bracelets and rings and whatever, wearing it on your body, carrying it with you, because it's going to open you up. It's going to work with your energy field, right? These crystals have different specific energies and meanings that they carry with them. And then when we program them to help in a certain area, they will assist our energy field and our body, right? And when I say programming, I'm just saying you're sort of putting the intention into the crystal with your programming. So And I talk about how to program crystals in the Higher Help Method as well, because I have so many different rituals and so many different things in there that I share about using crystals to harness the energy, right? This end, you're using crystals to harness the energy of the universe to open your intuition, right? So we want to kind of clear the energy of the crystal and then program it to do whatever it is that you're going to do. But yeah, so I like holding them, I like wearing them, I like carrying them with me, I like placing them in different areas of my house to affect the energy in that area. I mean, I have amethyst all over my house because I just want high vibes, right? I want the vibrations to be up. So there's so many different ways you can use it. It depends on how you want to use it. And you don't have to get like, a carved rose, right? Like I bought this one time when I was visiting in Pennsylvania. And again, I like to go to crystal stores and find unique things. And I've never seen anything like this. Some of them were gifts, whatever, but you can just get small little crystals. You can just get, for clearing your energy. It doesn't have to be this extra long wand. Although I think I got this on Etsy and it was not expensive. You can just get a little baby wand, right? So, I'm not telling you to go out and get all these crazy expensive things. They can be small tumbled stones. I have small tumbled stones all over. I have them on the corner of my desk in my wealth corner. I have some tumbled stones in my wealth corner here, right? It doesn't always have to be a big thing. So it doesn't matter as long as you're carrying it with you, right? When you want to protect your energy, I tell people do black tourmaline. I have my husband carry a nugget of black tourmaline with him in his pocket, right? It's a nugget, but it's working. It's working on especially when you're having it on your body, you're carrying it with you. It's working with your energy field to shift it into the direction that crystal can help you shift it into the direction that crystal is meant or programmed to help you with. So I love using crystals for intuition. Those of you who do intuitive work, I highly recommend just bringing one in and seeing if the connection is any clearer, seeing if you just feel more calm, seeing if you find yourself tuning in quicker, right? I used to know a medium that she would do group events and she doesn't anymore actually, but when she was first starting out, she used to hold a crystal during the whole group event and she would just be playing with the crystal and talking. And I know that crystal was assisting her, right? So don't be afraid to utilize that. Like if you're someone who does struggle with their intuition, why not try a crystal when you're doing your automatic writing, or a crystal by you, near you, programmed on your body, wearing it when you're doing oracle card readings? So the possibilities are endless, but it truly does assist you and it truly does help you. And again, I loved crystals before I knew they did anything. And then once I found out that they kind of have all of these different properties, I was like, no wonder I was attracted to them and didn't realize why. So those are the top ones, again, for intuition that I did go over last night in the class. And if you want to get that guided meditation where the angels come in and open up all your chakras, everybody loved it last night. It really is one of the top meditations that I get so much good feedback on from people. Anytime I do it in an in-person class, like an actual in-person event, people will say to me, where can I get the MP3? Well, now you can get it for free if you sign up for the class. The meditation, the whole class is going to be sent out later today with a link to watch the replay. So you can watch it, you can hear everybody chat. We had such a good time. It was really just to celebrate my book, The Higher Help Method, winning 2 awards. And I just wanted to kind of give back because I know so many people in my world voted for my book, and it won. I mean, it won 2 awards, but I know you guys voted so much that you got me the People's Choice Award for books in all categories of the entire cover awards that's in this kind of metaphysical community. So I was beyond thrilled and excited. And I said, oh no, I have to do something to give back. And I just love hanging out with you guys. We did have some trolls in the beginning. So when you hear the replay, ignore that. We figured it out. Whenever you offer something free, I don't know why people don't have anything else to do, but whatever. It was interesting. And my people actually were messaging me privately and helping me figure out how to get rid of people. So you guys are amazing. But let me know, do you use crystals already in the intuitive work you do? Are you struggling with your intuition? Try one of these crystals. If you are struggling with your intuition, please get that free class. Please, please, please get that free class. Do that meditation. And after the meditation, go and try and do something intuitive. It opens you up. I promise you that. Let me just say, hold on. I just want to check some of the comments. If anybody has comments, questions, let me know. Hi, Tammy. I really enjoyed class last night. Thank you. Yay, Nancy Cook. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. Stay tuned. The replay is coming out in a little bit. We just have to, I don't know if I'm going to be downloading it and uploading it. I think I am, so it'll take a minute. But I'm so glad you enjoyed it. Hi, Sharon. Yay. Thank you for your class last night. It was good. I enjoyed and felt very relaxed after. I needed that after yesterday. Oh, I know. There's a lot of stuff going on in this world that is unnecessary and shouldn't be happening. So I agree with you. Oh, this is my sister. I didn't tell you. I thought I told you that I won the 2 awards. Are you sure? I could have sworn I told you. I actually showed the certificates and everything last night. One of them was a bronze award in the contemporary spirituality category, which I was thrilled about. The Universe is Talking to You actually won a silver award in one of the spirituality categories back in the day when it came out in 2020. And now this one won that, but I was completely shocked. First of all, I didn't even know there was a People's Choice Award for any of it. I had no idea. And I knew I had won the bronze, but I opened up the envelope and I was like, what is this? And then I pulled it out and I'm like, oh, and at first I was like, oh, I won it in the whatever book. And then I was like, oh no, this is across all books, across all categories. And any of you who voted for me know how many categories there were, because I apologized in advance when I said you have to go through the whole list to find my book. It was a lot. So I was just very happy and excited about it. So I really just appreciated you guys. And that was what I did last night, was just a total appreciation thing. And if you are looking to open your intuition more, I definitely recommend checking that out. I'm also going to be, probably next week, it should be open, and I'll be talking about my spiritual reboot class that I'm going to be doing, that actually is 5 mini classes where you're going to get together with me every day for a whole week. And you're going to get workbooks, and we're going to be talking about how you can start realigning yourself with the universe. So if you're stressed, if you're worried, if you're overwhelmed, if you're feeling disconnected, if you are someone who really feels like, my God, I just need a reboot. I just need a do-over. I want to feel connected. I want to feel spirit. I want to start seeing more signs and synchronicities, because I feel like I've lost that. It's time for a reboot. And I haven't done this in a couple of years, so I'm excited about doing it because I get to hang out with you guys every day. And then, of course, there's always replays. There's workbooks that go with each day. And it's always simple and easy. And, I always give you things to do that only take minutes. And then we do some live exercises and things together as well. So, but that is not available yet. That is coming up. I'll probably talk about it next week. I'll probably have it open by then. So you can join me for that. And again, that'll be another one to really open you up to your intuition and your signs, because it's going to be realigning you, shifting your energy up so that your spiritual connection gets a reboot. Okay. So I thank you all for being here with me. I hope this was helpful to you. Thank you for liking the live. Thank you for those of you who did sign up and hang out with me yesterday. For those of you who want the replay, do not miss out on it. It will be available later today, and I think you'll really enjoy the meditation. We talked about these different crystals, and then I answered some questions, and we just had fun at the end. Like, we were just talking and joking and looking up selenite tables, and you'll understand why once you go through the meditation. So thank you all, and I will be back here next week for another weekly spirit boost. And hold on, let me say. Yes, Meredith said, I'd love the replay from last night. So if you didn't sign up for it yet, you can go below in the description on YouTube and Facebook. You can sign up for it now. You'll get the email saying like with the Zoom link, but it happened already. So later today, you'll get the replay as long as you go and sign up. And on Instagram, you can sign up. There's a link in my bio to sign up for it. And it's a free class. And it was just like for fun. It was just a fun get together, thank you type of a class. So I hope you enjoy it. I'll be back here next week. Until then, your job, as always, besides opening up your intuition and getting some of these crystals to assist you with it, is to do something that brings you joy. Period. This weekend. We're going into the weekend. Happens to be my birthday on Sunday. Thank you very much. So I'm celebrating it all weekend, and I'm celebrating it really for the whole month because that's how I am. I'm extra. And so I will definitely be doing things that bring me joy, but please make sure that you do something for yourself that brings you joy, no matter how big, no matter how small. I want you to schedule it into the weekend, and I want you to do it, and I want you to enjoy it because it will boost your mood. It will shift your energy up. It will raise your vibration. Do you know what that does? That connects you with the things that you desire. That puts you into alignment with the universe. That puts you into a higher vibration to notice the signs and synchronicities. So do something this weekend that brings you joy, and meet me back here next Thursday at noon Eastern, where I'll have another wonderful topic to boost your spirit. And at that point, the spiritual reboot should be open and ready to join as well. So I'll see you guys then. Bye, everyone. Thank you for the happy birthday.